Welcome to Landria on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. I'm starting to collect my bloopers. I think at the end of the year we'll have a blooper party. How's that? Yeah, I know. I'm human. I make mistakes. Shocker. All right. Let's talk about surrender. The power of surrender. I want you to understand what it is. So when people say, well, how can I manifest something and then surrender and sit back and know it is done? I mean, what's that? Because then I'm not focusing on it and not manifesting it. Well, yeah, you still really are focusing on it, because let's face it, it's on your mind and you see it. When you're focused on the doubt and the worry and when's it coming, then you're focused on the doubt and worry when it's coming. And that's why I did that 60-second manifestation. It's pulling you away from that belief, because you're focused on the thing, but you're still believing the negativity. Doubt, when's it showing up, whatever. So you envision it, you keep going back to this disbelief. That's canceling out your manifestation, because your focus is going someplace else then. What is surrender? All right, everything's one thing. Everything's one energy, just expressing itself. In the past, the present, the future. It's mind-blowing when you actually go into some of the experiments of that a future, let's say something that we do right now was actually reflected in the past. The past was actually already reacting to something that was going to happen in the future. Crazy, crazy stuff that's going on. If you really look into quantum physics, it's like, whoa. All right, we're so connected. I mean, everything's connected. So herein is the beauty of surrender. When you know something, you know that you are not only the manifester, you're the source. If everything's one energy, you can't separate. You can't say, oh, we're one energy, but then there's a God over there that punishes me. And if you believe that, that's cool. I am not here to change your religious beliefs. But I'm just presenting something different for you to look at, because this includes God, everything. If God is everything and all that is the source, I am, then you are that. You're an expression of that. So when you surrender, you're not surrendering to something separate from you. You're surrendering to the fact that you recognize you are the power. You're not surrendering like, I just lost control. When you're thinking that way, you're thinking of yourself as a separate person. An ego that separates yourself from the power. So you're not really believing that you're manifesting that. You think that something else is going to do something out here and then give it to you. It's not what's going on. Your absolute thoughts at that very split second are already bringing it in. And whether you stay focused on it or not determines whether or not it will manifest in your reality. We have to have a delay here. Every time your kid said, I wish you were dead, right? That wouldn't work. So there's a delay in our manifestation here on this planet. There's some density here. Thank goodness for that, right? Because how many times have you changed your mind? Thank goodness I didn't get that job, right? The universe is always conspiring on the highest level for you. It really is. And if you insist on going into something else, you're allowed to do that too, to learn lessons, till you figure out it's always going to conspire to do the best thing when you get out of the way. And that's what surrender is. Surrender is getting the ego out of the way. You're not getting out of the way. It's the ego trying to control things or make it happen, or I need to do this. You don't have to do anything. Believe it, know it, and that's where the 60-second manifestation, when you go back to this disbelief here, the negative thought gets triggered, you change it to the positive thought, but here's the problem. We go back to the negative belief. You have to have that belief that you are the one source, so that when you surrender, you're surrendering to yourself without the ego. The surrender is the ego stepping aside, not you. You are it. You are all of that that's creating it. You can't be separate from it. It's not like, well, I'm separate in this human body now, and then I go over to the other side. No, you're already over there. You're already that energy that's everything. You are. You're already over there. You are part of it all. You're everything and nothing. So when you surrender, you're saying, it's already done. You can manifest anything. but you're still in a human experience. So you got to keep it within the confines of why you came here, right? So just understand, this is a role you chose to play. You have to focus on that. You know, what are the opportunities there, and what can I create with that? So if you desire something, you want to manifest it, you go, get rid of these negative beliefs, then there's no negative thoughts triggered. You only see it, you know it's done, you know it's done. And that's the surrender. It's already done. What else do you have to do, right? You'll always see it. I always see things in my head because I already know what the future looks like. And I get excited. I'm like, this could be so cool. Sometimes I have to do research. You know, if I'm going to buy a new place or something, I like, okay, I'm going to look into this. Maybe I'll visit the town or whatever. And it's fun because I'm already acting as if it's already done. I'm already planning for that thing that's already happened in the future. And I'm enjoying that journey along the way. I love the planning for it and you know, the work that has to go into getting there. It's fun. It's not work. Everybody's, why we don't have to work or yeah, work is fun. That's the journey. What happens during that work? You're learning, you're expanding, you're sharing. You know, don't be afraid to work. It's good. So when you surrender, you're actually just stepping, your ego is stepping aside, not having to control everything, and now you're allowing yourself, the one, to take charge, and you trust that. That's faith. Faith is not, I have faith in you, the separate entity of doing this for me. It's like, I have faith because I know I am it. I am the source. I am the one experiencing itself in a human form. I want to manifest something, boom, it's done. Step out of the way. Don't make me get Hacker T-Dog out. My little fuzzy friend. I need to set Hacker right here with me. Because Hacker T-Dog, I didn't make that up, that's his actual name, it's on his tag. Hacker T is very cute, but he has to step aside in order for the universe to take over. It will always pick the best, highest thing for you, situation, whatever. It always will. So when something shows up that you didn't expect, know that it's absolutely the highest possible thing for you if you've let go. If you're still kind of trying to control stuff, you might get stuff as a lesson that's not so great and unpleasant, but you still have to learn something, move past it, and then release it again. Just step aside and surrender to the one. Total faith. Nothing can ever harm you. Ever. Ever. Physical body, you're eternal. You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Surrender to that beautiful universe. Send light and love throughout this planet. And I hope you join me on the Saturday morning global manifestations of peace and joy and abundance. Namaste.